November 2nd, 1983, 15 years after Dr. King's death, President Ronald Reagan signed a bill into law, making the third Monday of January a national holiday celebrating the birth and life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. But it was a tough time getting the bill passed.
There were many who opposed the idea of a holiday for Dr. King. America had only honored two individuals with national holidays, George Washington and Christopher Columbus. Many felt that there were other Americans that deserved a national holiday, such as Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy.
One barrier to the confirmation was the senator from Georgia who had denounced Dr. King as a communist. Others feared the King holiday was meant as a way to make up to African Americans for slavery. Others feared the cost of the holiday with the extra overtime paid to federal workers who had to work on the holiday, as well as millions to those federal employees who were paid for the day.
Senator Bob Dole pointed out to those critics, I suggest they hurry back to their pocket calculators and estimate the cost of 300 years of slavery, followed by a century or more of economic, political, and social exclusion and discrimination.
It took many years for Congress to decide to celebrate the holiday. In the years leading up to the official decree, many African Americans celebrated the birthday themselves with a few states declaring King's birthday a state holiday.
Finally, requiring 2/3 support from both houses of Congress, it passed the House of Representatives with a vote of 338 to 90 and the Senate 78 to 22. The first national celebration of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday took place January 20th, 1986.
Local history was made December 12th, 1983, when the late Chapel Hill Town Council member Bill Thorpe moved the council to adopt Ordinance 83-0-76, establishing a town holiday on the third Monday in January in honor of Dr. King. He asked the council to act quickly, establishing the holiday for the following month to make a statement stronger than the federal government. Chapel Hill's ordinance was hotly discussed. Some council members were concerned that with a turnaround time of 1 month, the town would not be able to adequately prepare and would be hurt financially.
A motion was entertained to postpone making a decision until the following year, but that motion failed. The Chapel Hill Town Council enacted the ordinance in an 8-to-1 vote to establish the town holiday, initially on January 16, 1984, and subsequently on each third Monday in January. At that time, Chapel Hill was the first or among the very first communities in North Carolina to declare Martin Luther King Day a municipal holiday, giving municipal employees a paid day off.
Town of Chapel Hill employees have held this special observance of Dr. King's legacy for more than 2 decades. The celebration was nurtured for many years by a dedicated group of public works employees led by Maggie Burnett and Fred Battle. At the urging of then town manager Roger Stansel, the celebration expanded in 2012 to include employees of all town departments.
Thank you to all employees for their participation, and in the words of our former mayor, Howard Lee,
this has to be more than just a day of celebration. This has to be a day of renewed dedication.
The following is a selection from Dr. King's Drum Major Instinct sermon given on February 4th, 1968. Dr. King encouraged his congregation to seek greatness, but to do so through service and love.
If you want to be important, wonderful. If you want to be recognized, wonderful. If you want to be great, wonderful. But recognize that he who is greatest among you shall be your servant.
That's a new definition of greatness. And this morning, the thing that I like about it, by giving that definition of greatness, it means that everybody can be great, because everybody can serve.
You don't have to have a college degree to serve.
You don't have to make your subject and your verb agree to serve.
you don't have to know about Plato and Aristotle to serve.
You don't have to know Einstein's theory of relativity to serve.
You don't have to know the second theory of thermodynamics and physics to serve?
You only need a heart full of grace, soul generated by love. You can be that servant